The Grand Canyon, according to the National Park Service, is 447 kilometers long, with an average width of 16 kilometers and an average depth of 1.6 kilometers. The total volume of this giant hole in the ground is 4.17 trillion cubic meters. It is difficult, even when standing on the rim looking at it, to truly comprehend just how large it is. Something else that is difficult to comprehend the size of is just how small atoms and molecules are. Atoms and molecules are so small that chemists do not count them individually, but rather use a grouping known as a mole. Similar to how a dozen is a grouping of 12, a mole is a grouping of exactly 6.022140076 times 10 to the 23. So let me ask you something. If we wanted to fill the Grand Canyon with exactly 1 mole of something, what should that something be? A standard reference tourist? A mole plushie? A grain of sand? Another way to ask this question is like this. If we wanted to fill the Grand Canyon with a mole of snowballs, how large should each snowball be? Dividing the volume of the Grand Canyon by 1 mole, we find that our object needs to have a volume of 6.92 times 10 to the negative 12 cubic meters. If the object were a cube, it would have an edge length of 0.19 millimeters. For reference, the average diameter of a grain of sand is around 0.5 millimeters. So if we were making snowballs, they would need to be less than half the size of a grain of sand in order for 1 mole to fill the Grand Canyon exactly.